What's up, you guys? If this is your first time here on the channel, I want to say welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, then welcome back. Welcome back. You are here because you are obviously a nurse and you want to know what 5 things make you a nurse. And this video was made for entertainment purposes only. You'll see what I mean once we jump into it. So let's go.
Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter.
The nursing field has become somewhat of, I want to say, a clique, somewhat of a club, and basically it's just heavily influenced, okay? If it's not influencing you, you're influencing somebody else, right? So if you thought that we were talking about qualities that make a good nurse today, no. We're talking about things that has heavily and tremendously influenced the nursing world. Now, if you fall into this category, no offense to you. If you don't, no offense to you. But like I said, this video is for entertainment purposes only. We're gonna dive into it. So first things first is the Stanley Cup. Yes, I said it. I would not be able to make this video unless I mentioned the Stanley Cup. Personally, I have not been influenced to buy a Stanley Cup. I do look at them from time to time. Everywhere you go, in almost every store you go into, you're gonna see the bunch of pretty cups on the shelves. Okay, now not all of them are Stanleys, but I think for the nurses, they're targeting those Stanley Cups for some reason. You can see my cup here. I got this from Amazon, y'all. I got this from Amazon, and the reason why I got this transparent one is because I could not make up my mind on which color cup I would want. So when I saw this on Amazon, I was like, why not? This is actually glass. I don't really take this around with me too much. I mostly drink my water around the house just to make sure that I'm getting my liter or so in for the day. It just depends on any given day how much water I drink. But anyway, it's neither here or there. Mind you, I am a cup girly. While doing nursing in the Bahamas, I used to design cups, so I've been a cup girly. But now the Stanley trend has just skyrocketed in the past, I want to say maybe a year or two. Now, get your water in, guys. I want you to get your water in, but don't feel like you have to have the Stanley Cup in order to drink your water, okay? Where I work, I feel like the Stanley Cup isn't so prevalent, but I think in maybe bigger hospitals, you would see those nurses walking around with their Stanley Cups. And did I mention that they were overpriced? One cup can run you into about $50, and I think that's why I sort of, held out on buying the cup, because I'm like, who's spending $50 on a stainless steel cup when I can go and buy my hydro flask, which is actually what I have from Marshall's, or I think I got that from Marshall's, but there's many other brands out there where you don't have to feel pressured into buying a Stanley Cup, but I had to make that number 1 on my list. Number 2 is the Bog Bag. The Bog Bag. Now, for those of you that don't know what it is, I may just insert it up here on the screen, but the Bog Bag is similar to Crocs. It has the appearance of Crocs. So if you buy, or if you have a pair of Crocs, you could get a Bog Bag to sort of match your Crocs. They all have like the little holes in them. For some reason, the Bog Bag has become very popular when you look at other videos of nurses online on the internet, and they're doing their what's in my nursing bag. Most of them, you're gonna see they're carrying the Bog Bag. Now the Bog Bag comes in different sizes, so it varies in price. I'm not falling for that trend. It's cute, it looks pretty, like I said, with your matching Crocs and maybe a little matching headpiece that I usually see nurses do. But I feel like it's not feasible for nurses because yes, it may be able to hold quite a bit of things in the bag. First of all, the bag cannot close, so it doesn't zip, it doesn't close or anything like that. And then it has little holes in, like I said, in the bag. So me personally, I would be worried about things crawling or getting into the bag. And just just people being around my bag. If I don't have a locker at work and I have to leave my bag somewhere like on the counter or in a chair or someplace, I don't want to be worried about persons, having that easy access to just simply looking or going into my bag. So the Bog Bag is something that I won't be buying into. Let me know if you have a Bog Bag down below in the comments, whether you do or don't. Leave a comment down below. Number 3 is going to be the Apple Watch. Now I am rocking my Apple Watch, and the strap I got from Amazon. It's this beaded silver and gold strap, and I absolutely love it because I sometimes wear gold and I sometimes wear silver, and so it was just an easy way for me to mix my metals. I'm sure just about half of the population on, not just nurses, just on the planet, probably has an Apple Watch. But I guarantee you that in the nursing world, or maybe just healthcare in general, just about 80% of persons are probably gonna have an Apple Watch on their wrist. Now, I don't have to go too much into the details because I'm sure all of you know what an Apple Watch is. There is the Android version to it, like the Fitbit. There are other brands. If I'm not mistaken, did I see an Amazon one the other day? I'm not sure, but there are far more other brands that you can use to accessorize your wrist with, track your steps, and do other things like that. I mentioned this on the list because I remember seeing a meme that someone had sent me, and they were like, this is the typical nursing uniform. So it had like a certain pair of scrubs, it had the Stanley Cup, and it had the Apple Watch, and I was like, wow.
That's what they saying.
Who's saying that?
I am.
This watch was not influenced by nurses. It's just something that I have. I also have the Apple or the iPhone, and so it was like, why not just get the Apple Watch to go along with it? 4th on the list would be shoes. Now, in one of my previous videos, maybe about 2 or 3 videos ago, I did a review on the On Cloud shoes, and so that is what number 4 is going to be about. So not only On Clouds, but you have Brooks, you have Hoka's, you have Crocs, and I recently heard of another brand that were called Cloves. Now, I'm not too familiar with the Cloves, but I think that's probably another heavily influenced nursing brand. Now, if you watched my On Cloud review, I had stated that the pair of On Cloud, or at least the type of On Cloud shoes that I got, were not feasible for me as a nurse to be walking 12 hours in. If I had gotten another model of the shoe, then maybe, but the particular pair that I got just was not feasible for me. I still wear them from time to time, but I interchange them with my New Balances that I have. Now, I'm not sure how popular New Balances are. I feel like they're just now making a comeback. You tend to see a lot of influencers wearing, I think they call it like the old dad or granddad tennis. But in terms of in the nursing world, I don't see much persons wearing New Balance, but I have them, I love them, they're comfortable for me. But with that being said, there are lots of other brands, as I listed already, that are heavily influenced by nurses, and maybe not just nurses, maybe just healthcare persons in general, but you will see a lot of nurses wearing these shoes. Like I said, that doesn't mean that they're the most comfortable. I think they're probably just going with, what's in style and just going with the trend. Crocs has been around for a very long time as well. And I actually do own a pair of Crocs. I barely wear them these days. I never wore them to work, but I do own a pair of Crocs. I'm not gonna say that the nursing world influenced me to get Crocs because, like I said, I don't even wear them to work, but I actually do have a pair. Now, I will say that I was influenced to buy those On Cloud shoes, but need I say again, they were not the most comfortable for me. Last on the list would be scrubs. Okay, so there is a whole lot of brands of scrubs out there, but I feel like the nursing world has, I don't know, figs. Okay. They have run figs through the mud basically, and when I say run them through the mud, they just that is almost like that's the only thing that they wear, that these nurses wear, okay? And they are figs. And I don't want to say these nurses like it's a bad thing. I guess I'm just excluding myself because I don't own a pair of figs. Now, there were a few times I did go on the website just to look to see what they have. I went to look to see if there may have been a sale that I could have caught, but I was not influenced, or not yet, let me say not yet, to buy a pair of figs. Now, there is a lot of other brands that look similar to the figs. I just got a pair of Med Couture the other day, and the top, I think it's probably new for that particular brand because it encompasses the same features as, you know, the fig shirt that I wish I could show you guys. Insert a photo up here of the popular figs that I tend to see. But figs, I feel like, is a bit overpriced, and like I said, you can get other brands that look the same and that possibly feels the same as well. And then there's other features that I like on my scrubs, like lots of pockets, because that's something that I need. The colors are nice, don't get me wrong, I love the colors that they're coming out with, but you don't need figs to be a nurse, okay? Wearing figs does not make you a good nurse. But if you have a pair, kudos to you. If you don't, kudos to you, because I don't too. So cheers to you, girl, if you don't own a pair of figs. But if you do, nonetheless, that's cool. Like I said, I too myself have been on the website a few times to look, but just could not press that checkout button, you know. That is all that I have for today. Obviously, this video was just for entertainment. What I said in the title is not facts, because I'm a nurse and I don't have all of these things. Like I said, these things does not make you a good nurse or a bad nurse. So this video is just to, like I said, shed some light, shed some entertainment. You don't have to feel influenced or pressured to get any of these things to make you that it girl or that nurse or anything like that. So if you've enjoyed this video, then just give me that thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. Leave a comment down below. And before I leave, I just want to say, if you're not a part of the nurse life and you want to be, it's as simple as clicking that subscribe button down below. It's free, free 99. So all you have to do is click that button, and also click that bell button so that you would see whenever I upload a video.